Welcome back to the news at 10. There may not be an end to the industrial action embarked on by the Judiciary Workers Staff Union soon, as the members have been urged to sustain the momentum. Now, at the end of the union's Executive Council meeting in Abuja, the president of the union, Mr. Marwan Adamu, was concerned about the utterances of some lawyers condemning the action of the workers. While insisting that the union will not be phased, he also urged the government of Edo State to pay the July 2014 salary arrears owed the state's judiciary workers.
The organization appreciates the cooperation received from all members of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, and sue for sustenance. NEC in session frowns at the action and utterances of some highly placed individual masquerading as illegal luminaries under the auspices of the Rule of Law Development Foundation, signed by Joseph Bodmin Daudu, SAN, former president of MBA, and the governors trying to frustrate the implementation of the judgment of the Federal High Court and the Memorandum of Understanding signed on the 27th day of November 2014 by the stakeholders. NEC in sessions also frowns at the continuation refusal of the Edo State government to pay the July 2014 salary earned by the state judiciary workers. NEC in sessions, after thorough review of the journey so far in the course of its struggle for financial autonomy and independence of the judiciary, hereby resolve that the ongoing strike be sustained until all stakeholders comply with the judgment of the Federal High Court of 13 January 2014 and the Memorandum of Understanding.
To security matters now, and several days after a major onslaught by terrorists in Baga, a community in Borno State, northeast Nigeria, the military has disputed the casualty figure, which was put at 2,000. The defense spokesperson, Major General Chris Olukolade, says the number of the dead is around 150, comprising mainly members of the sect. He adds that the numbers reported in the media cannot be substantiated, given that Baga has been attacked several times, leading to an exodus of people from the town.
Covert operations are ongoing, and these operations involve a series of surveillance activities, which has also recorded for us a number of photograph air footages that have been very informative. We also use the information we've gotten in that process to bring to your attention the fact that the information we have so far controverts all that has been peddled in the media with respect to the casualty figures. From all available evidence, the number of people who died during that attack has not exceeded about 250 persons, at least in the interim. This figure includes many of those terrorists who died in the course of the attack and the efforts to reverse their action. It should be noted that Baga and the neighboring communities have been under a series of attacks and harassment by terrorists in recent times. In the course of this experience, most of the people in that community have been vacating the place even before this incident. And that means that before the attack itself, the population of that community has been seriously depleted.
First Bank.
Welcome to Business News. Nigeria cannot continue to depend on importation of primary products that can be produced locally, especially with the falling price of crude oil. This is coming from the Minister of Trade and Investment, Mr. Olusegun Aganga. During a tour of Mikano International Limited facilities in Lagos, Mr. Aganga commended the company for keying into the federal government's Industrial Revolution plan, as 40% of materials used by the company are sourced locally. Our correspondent, Temple Ashaju, reports.
It's a power generating set factory, but other energy-related equipment are also packaged here. Mikano International Limited, an industrial village located in Ikeja, Lagos. Having earned support from the federal government, the company receives the Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment, Olusegun Aganga, to view its packaging facilities, perhaps to know how materials are sourced. The minister looks impressed with what he is seeing. He speaks about the composition of Mikano's products and its relationship with the Industrial Revolution plan.
What we have seen today, it actually keys into the whole Industrial Revolution plan. What we're seeing is backward integration, where today, part of what they produce today, 40% of that is local content, backward integration. And it is in a critical sector, area of power. I'm encouraging them, and they have been making plans also to go into the production of transformers also. That will support the power sector. Because it's not just about power generation, or not just about power distribution, but you need to look at it across the value chain.
For Mofid Karame and Christian Farren, leaders of Mikano, the advantages of using locally sourced materials are more.
As the generators, the main item is the engine alternator. There's so many other items locally sourced, like steel, like bent, like rubbers, like foam, like so many accessories, silencer, so many items we produce even here in our factory, around 25% of it. So the panel is locally produced, the cable is made from local companies here.
No, there's been no decline in the sales of generators so up to now. Of course, all the effort of the government to improve the power generation will have an impact sooner or later in our production. That's why the diversification of Mikano. Mikano starting the diversification by building the electrical panel that we have seen can be complementary to generator or diversification to medium voltage or low voltage electrical panel.
Nigeria's revenue is highly dependent on crude oil sales. Since June last year, the continuous fall in the commodities price has dropped her income by over 11.5 billion naira. Perhaps the federal government's aggressive industrialization moves may soothe the economy.
I do apologize for the mix-up there. Well, the Executive Commissioner of Operations at the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Munir Gwazo, has taken over the helm of affairs as Acting Director General of the Commission, And this follows the resignation of Ms. Aruma Ote as the Director General of the SEC. At a formal handover ceremony in the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, Ms. Ote today spoke about some of the Commission's achievements, including restoring the capital market integrity through zero tolerance for rule infractions, as well as ensuring investors' education. Mr. Gwazo is an economist of repute and a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria, who has acted in the Nigerian capital market as an operator and a regulator. He takes over at a time when global and domestic economic challenges weigh on investors at the Nigerian equities market. Well, trading activities at the Nigerian equities market returned to winning ways as key indicators began the week 0.30% in North Territory. Bisi Adebayo reports.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. Trading activities at the Nigeria equities market opened on a positive note on Monday as the key benchmark index edged up 0.30% to close at 30,234.72. The slight recovery is attributed to the appreciation in the share prices of some highly capitalized stocks. Leading on the advances table is Seplat with 15 naira. It's followed by Dangote Cement, which added 7 naira 75 kobo to its share price, while 7up gained 1 naira. On the other hand, investors gave a cold shoulder to Nestle, which dropped 42 naira 75 kobo from its share price. It comes ahead of Julius Berger and Nigeria Breweries, which lost 5 naira 7 kobo and 2 naira 60 kobo each. On the volume chart, financial services stocks topped, led by Zenith Bank, Mutual Benefit Insurance, and FBN Holding. At the end of the session, more than 327 million shares, valued at 3.6 billion naira, were traded in 4,530 deals. And that ends the stock market reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thank you, Bisi. And that's it on Business News. Ijoma returns in just a moment with the rest of the news at 10.
First Bank.
The story of Bilkisu Muraino, the 15-year-old girl who was viciously attacked for dead in May last year, made headlines after it was broadcast on Channel's Eyewitness platform. More interesting now is the response following an update on the well-being of the young girl, which shows that the contributions of you, our viewers, can change lives. Our correspondent Oluwa Shonibare reports.
Compassion is the emotion that the person feels in response to the suffering of others that motivates the desire to help. And that is exactly what happened when the story of 15-year-old Bilkisu Muraino was told. Her life was disrupted in May of 2014 when she was brutally attacked and left for dead after an unsuccessful rape attempt. An incident that left her with scars. But the new year appears to be smiling kindly on her as the story touched a regular viewer of Channel's television who made an unprecedented show of what being a Samaritan is all about. The donor says the act is part of his religious obligation as a Muslim, which is called zakat. The young victim and the mother are then invited to Channel's television, where they are welcomed by our own Harriet Agbein. Inside the office, the check is presented, revealing an amount that is said to transform Bilkisu's life, and she will forever be grateful to her benefactor in a million ways. The Channel's Eyewitness platform has proven to be a huge success, and with instances like this, the vision behind the project can be proud of how things are turning out with your support. Oluwa Shonibare, Channel's Television News.
That's fantastic. Do take advantage of the Channel's Eyewitness platform today. Still ahead on the news at 10, Cristiano Ronaldo retains the FIFA Ballon d'Or. That will be on sports. Do stay with us.